Miq të dashur, ja ku po ritakohemi përsëri, jemi këtu në TV1 në emisionin 410 e po e nisim kështu edhe një edicion të këtij emisioni. Jemi së bashku sot dhe do të takohemi në minutat në vazhdim. Kemi këtu afër një të ftuar timën e cila ka ardhur pikërisht nga Italia dhe do të flasim për kardiokirurgjinë pediatrike. Me qenë se në Kosovë nuk kemi kardiokirurg, do të thotë pediatrik, do të flasim pikërisht për këtë çështje. Bisedën do ta zhvillojmë në gjuhën angleze, mirë po ju do ta ndiqni me titra poshtë ekraneve tuaja, po besoj që do të mësoni pak më shumë rreth sëmundjeve dhe gjithashtu sepse duhet në Kosovë të ketë një spital të tillë. Angelica, welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you for kindly invitation. I'm very happy to be here.
We would like to have an introduction from your part. You can do this either in Italian or in English, so we can know you, to get to know you better.
Okay, let's give a little bit of Italian language to these people. La mia esperienza in Italia inizia nel 2006 come agente di commercio e product specialist per la Johnson Medical e la compagnia americana, dove ho seguito per 12 anni il mercato delle protesi di anca, spalla e ginocchio. 4 anni fa ho smesso di fare questo e mi sono dedicata al mercato dei Balcani per il semplice motivo che la sanità dei Balcani purtroppo come conseguenza di queste guerre e cambiamenti geopolitici ha subito dei gravi danni. Perciò non si è investito nella risorsa umana, non si è investito nella sanità, mancano i fondi, ci sono altre priorità e allora quello che io sto cercando di fare è aiutare i professionisti, medici, infermieri, fisioterapisti a formarsi nei paesi come lo è l'Italia o gli Stati Uniti e allo stesso tempo dare anche l'opportunità ai pazienti del Kosovo di curarsi nel proprio paese, ma secondo quelli che sono i trend europei, medicina moderna, tecnologie avanzate e quant'altro. Nel frattempo però ovviamente ogni persona, ogni professionista costruisce se stesso fino ai 40 anni, dopodiché fortunatamente arrivano anche i meriti, perciò al di là di dedicarsi alla carriera, al business, agli affari e alla professione, ci si dedica anche al lavoro umanitario e allora tanti di quei riconoscimenti sia da parte dell'Italia, della Spagna, comunque sono arrivati in questi ultimi anni e questo mi obbliga a maggior ragione sia di seguire la parte degli affari, la parte del business, ma sia di seguire anche la parte umanitaria perché bisogna anche dare, se da un lato riusciamo ad avere il successo, dall'altro bisogna anche darlo a quelli che sono i meno fortunati. Perciò oggi mi impegno in Kosovo a sviluppare la cardiochirurgia pediatrica. Questo è grazie agli investimenti del dottor Besnika Basi, il quale ha lasciato Kosovo 30 anni fa, è andato in Svizzera, ha aperto lì una clinica di psichiatria e psicologia, però ha deciso di investire nel proprio paese. E quelle che sono le sofferenze della sanità del Kosovo è la neurochirurgia sia dell'adulto che del bambino, ma soprattutto la cardiochirurgia dei bambini. Siccome i bambini sono il futuro di questo paese, bisogna che ci dedichiamo a questo. Ecco, perciò faccio il direttore generale della cardiochirurgia pediatrica, progetto Italian Medical Group insieme al dottor Abasi. Dall'altro lato sono presidente dell'Italian Group, la società che sta cercando di aiutare sia professionisti sia lo sviluppo di diversi progetti nell'ambito del healthcare business e poi mi dedico anche al lavoro umanitario. Questo in sintesi.
You mentioned during your conversation, you mentioned that you meaning that the investor is Dr. Abazi, and
yes.
we have to know how did you come up meeting him and how did this cooperation started?
It was like a film.
Yeah. Tell us about the film.
Yeah, last year I remember it was 6th January and I was in my studio in Padova, in Italy. So he called me and he told to me, Miss Angelica, we try to speak in English. After that he said, please, can we speak in Serbo-Croatian? I said, so we are dinosaurs of ex-Yugoslavia, we can understand each other in Serbo-Croatian. So he said, they told me you can develop this project about pediatric cardiac surgery. We operated 2 kids here and they are very well, Iman and Dina. And I said, yes, I have 16 of doctors, not only cardiac surgeons, but you need cardiologists, you need intensivists, anesthesiologists, perfusionists who has experience with kids. I said, okay, we will do that. So he started to manage that with his friends, but no one of them had experience in pediatric cardiac surgery. So after 2 weeks, he said, Miss Angelica, please let me know how much money do you need for this project? I will send from Switzerland and let's start this project. I said, okay, I was in climbing, so I said, listen to me, I just have to go in office and I will make you the business plan, ROI, return on investment, and all of other things. So I came down in the office and I sent to him, which is investment plan, and he said, okay, I'm sending to you the money. No, I said, stop, you never seen me before, so you are sending me the money. He said, yeah, I will send you. No, for first, just send me the first rate. We met after 2 weeks, so in that moment when he sent the money, I just take my car, my pillow, because I cannot sleep without that, and one bag of my things. So I came here, and now it's 1.5 years I'm here, and I'm following that project. We met 2 months after that.
So,
yeah, like a film.
Perfect. How did your cooperation with the Italian group begin? I'm not sure if you mentioned during your introduction.
Okay, so I'm an official partner of one big group that is Gruppo San Donato. There are 19 of hospitals, generic but private. It's a private group. In Italy, I have to tell this. In Italy, it's different. In all of the Europe and US, it's different by in the Balkan. Usually, the government is going to buy the services from private. It's going to save the money of the public budget, okay? Because, you know, in the hospital, you have inventory, you have service, you have a lot of passive costs. So it's better for one government to going to buy from private. Because, okay, this year we have 1,000 of patients for knee arthroplasty. I will buy from this private hospital. You are paying, and it's okay. You don't have the passive costs, you don't have the risk and other things. So this big group, Gruppo San Donato from Milan, we have 19 of hospitals. 3 of them are only for research. That's what in Balkan you miss. So for growing and increase the quality of healthcare, you have to invest in human resource and you have to invest in research. So we are not the same people just like 20 years ago, because we are living different. That is psychophysical stress, the food and other things, the air what we are breathing. So we are not the same people. So you have to study the body of the people. What is changed, no?
It is said that the human body is the most researched, let's say, thing in the planet, and still the unknown, the most unknown.
Yeah,
so,
because we are going to change. So for example, you can going to discover the therapy for 3 of tumors. In the same time, we are going to discover other 10 tumors because we are changing. Genetic is changing, and that is normal. So we have 3 of research hospitals, and we are growing a lot. We have university inside of the hospital. In that hospital, our ex-president of council, Premier Silvio Berlusconi, is going to be treated too, every time in San Raffaele. This group, in 2005, I think, developed your cardiac surgery department in Čakovka. So it's one big group with big experience and with a lot of funds, because they're going to grow. So that's what we are going to give to the patients of Kosovo. We cannot invest here in one robot, because robot, Da Vinci, who is operating today, not the doctor, but robot, we have 8 of them. One is 4 million euro. Service, annual service, it's 400,000 euro. And consumable material is around 1,000 euro. So how can you ask to these people with this salary, without insurance by Ministry of Health, by fund, how can you ask so high prices? Of course, the quality is different, but you cannot not ask. You can't ask them. But you need amortization of capital, of investment. So it's really difficult. I told to Dr. Abbasi, this project will be very, very difficult. I will never leave him. But it's difficult because your Ministry of Health is not organized, is not ready for cooperation with private hospitals. And that is something where the government should work, because in any modern country, you have 3 of ministries who are important and who are supporting the government and the country. That is Ministry of Work, of Labor, that is Ministry of Education, and Ministry of Health. Here, I think it's more important Ministry of Infrastructure, to building the roads and other things. Okay, you need that, of course. But it's much better the health, because the people shouldn't emigrate to Skopje, to Belgrade, to Turkey, to Tirana for healthcare. That money, what the fund is going to lose, they should invest in human resource and technology. And it will be the success of healthcare of Kosovo.
If I make a comparison, Italian, let's say, government takes from private hospitals,
they are buying
and
the services.
Here they don't cooperate.
It's better. So if you have to build a hospital, you have to invest. Now they are going to build. They are planning to build the city hospital. It's not a problem to build. You are going to take the budget for building the hospital. But after that, who will going to support financially that hospital? You cannot
going to
support
operate it.
Çukurovka. I think your budget, I think last year it was 300 million euro. 50% of that is going for the salaries. So pro capita, what do you have? For aspirin, for insulin, and nothing else. You saw the condition in Çukurovka. So for government like yours, it's better to tell, listen to me, I will buy from this hospital 1,000 of clinical cases of coronarography. I will buy from this one arthroplasty. So you are going to buy services. It's not necessary to invest in one hospital. Because it's just like Ferrari. You can buy Ferrari. But for put it benzina inside, it's very...
Why should we buy service for Turkey or from other countries?
When you have your private hospitals, and your private hospitals...
Directly from our hospital.
They are recording in your RBK, in Ministry of Industry, Commerce. And so you are going to buy, and that 10%, what they have to pay, will come back again, return in your budget of Kosovë.
The money circulates within the country.
And that what is a big mistake. I'm trying to explain to fund of ministry, but they can do nothing. I think it's 5 or 6 years.
Tell us about this, the whole project first, and then tell us about the problems that you encountered during your stay here.
My project, and that what is the target of me and Dr. Abazi, and thanks to Italian doctors, they will not going more in Tirana and around in Skopje, they will work only in Kosovë.
And we have to know for the public that there is no pediatric cardiac surgeons in Kosovo, in Macedonia, and in Montenegro, and Bosnia as well. There is no
they have cardiac surgeons for adults.
Yes.
So you and me, we are safe.
Yes.
But the kids no.
Kids no.
So you have humanitarian mission. Humanitarian mission is coming 2 or 3 times by year. This is not solution. It could be solution after war, but now this country has 20 years after war. So today you need one service, 20 hours by day. That is what Kosovo needs and the kids. Another one thing, before to arrive, to be treated, operated or treated by the conservative therapy, you need a screening. So it's very important. You have here, I think, 170 kids who are going to be born with cardiac disease by year. So gynecologist is not pediatrist or neonatologist. It's gynecologist who is going, when he's making echo sound to mom, he is going to see that. Usually how it's working in Italy or in US, in all of the world. Then gynecologist is going to call neonatologist, pediatric cardiologist, and if that is necessary, surgeon. Pediatric cardiac surgeon. They are going to make the planning. If that baby should be operated, need a surgery, then that is necessary to operate 2 weeks after born, not to wait when he's growing. When he's growing and had the first symptoms, okay, we will operate, everything is going well, but success is not the same. So why we are going to operate that kids? Usually you have the kids who don't get enough oxygen. If you don't have enough oxygen, you cannot growing. So you can see the baby is looking 6 months, but it's 2 years old, but it's not growing. And we saw with COVID, that what our body needed. That is oxygen. That is the food for our body, for our tissue and others. So we hope so now we will realize we are in some kind of bureaucratic problem with Ministry of Health. We completed everything with Ministry of Education, with the Chamber of Doctors, with the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Foreign Office, everything. But we have some kind of problem with interpretation of law by Ministry of Health. So I have to say thanks to Office of Premier Kurti, because they accepted to work on that. So I hope so it will be resolved. That is in interest of this country. My interest can be, okay, let's take the kids and bring them in Italy. We have 19 of hospitals there. Yeah. But it's more...
And pediatric cardiac surgery.
Yeah, I mean, it's more easy for my team to come here, to take 2 of young cardiac surgeons, cardiologists, anesthesiologists, and to teach them. They will growing with Italian doctors. After 2 years, that is that cure of learning and practice. After 2 years, they will be able to work in Çukurovka, wherever they want, and give to their kids, to their citizens, the service in their country, their home.
And not only for Kosovo kids, but also the neighboring countries. Yes.
Yeah, because in Macedonia, you have Professor Nikolic. He is a very good cardiac surgeon, but for adults. He performed bionic heart, but for adults. And never, and nowhere in the world, pediatric cardiac surgeon will operate adult, and adult cardiac surgeon will never operate the baby, because anatomy is different, everything is different. So for that reason, another one important thing, you don't have here the transplantation center. That is another one of big problems. So it's not so, now it's rare.
The cases are rare.
Yeah. But if you need that, in the same time, our doctors can bring the baby on University of Padua, and we can perform there, and the same doctors will following you if you have complication, because surgery, it's very easy. I'm teaching my doctors how to implant knee or hip or shoulder in cadaver lab. But where is the problem? Not the surgery, post-operative complication. So if you have the doctor who operate and leaving, he's going home, just like humanitarian mission. If the baby has complication in 7th or 10th day, who will save that baby? You cannot get every time the helicopter of KFOR and going in Italy. So who operated? He's in America or wherever. And then you have to bring him in Turkey or Belgrade or Italy. They are going to take one case, what they don't know what's happened before. So one doctor, one team, must follow his patient all of the time. Just after 2 or 3 years, when you see everything is going okay, you can monitoring 1 time by year. But in this first step, post-operative, is necessary to have all of doctors present there. And not only surgeon or cardiologist. It's necessary to have anesthesiologist, perfusionist, so all of the team. That is the reason because I have 16 of Italian doctors who are working only for pediatric cardiac surgery. So I have 3 teams, any one of them is staying 10 days. So I can cover all of the month, all of the year, and every day, if some baby has some kind of complication, they can find the doctors, young Kosovar doctors, who is not afraid what to do with baby, because he has Italian colleague there. If there is necessary to open the heart, or usually we are doing transcatheteral control, no one is doing that here. They are doing on adults, but they don't do it on babies. So cardiologist today is not only diagnoster, is not only make echo sound, check the blood analysis, okay, you have the diagnosis. In a lot of cases, you need transcatheteral interventional. That is invasive cardiology. And invasive cardiology, now as I'm businessman, so I have to talk about that part too. In healthcare business of the world, that what is most expensive surgery, that is cardiac surgery. But in the last years, it was replaced for 50% by invasive cardiology or interventistic cardiology. So there is a big war between cardiac surgeons and cardiologists. So it reduced a lot of investment in cardiac surgery. But today, they are starting to do endoscopic cardiac surgery. They are going intercostal with telecamera and not opening more. And third one, that is orthopedics of hip and knee. That is 3 of most paid surgery in the world, and that is the business of all of the private hospitals. They have that, and then all of other things. So here you have to spend a lot of money and invest in pediatric cardiac surgery in Čekuka. But even that, if you don't have the human resource, you need cardiologist, diagnoster, interventist or invasive cardiologist, you need anesthesiologist. Intensivist is anesthesiologist who is staying in intensive care, because the worst things is happening in intensive care, not in surgery room. So anesthesiologist must be so expert to see the small sign about that, what can be, what can damage the condition of the baby.
So, tell me about the program. Why didn't it start it yet? And where is, at what stage are you now?
Domanda piccante.
Oh, this is the, okay. I understand.
Now I'm going to make a war with
spicy question.
So yeah, we have to talk about that.
Of course, it's important because
it's very important. Yeah, you have one bureaucratic system which is not working for development and progress of Kosovo. You are one young country, and I think if I'm going to make analysis of all of Yugoslavia, you are the country who made fast progress. That is thanks to your diaspora, not to Europe, not UN, not others. Okay, they given some fund for the projects, but they didn't given to you know-how. They didn't given supervising in most of the projects. Who developed Kosovo? That is your diaspora. And that is incredible, that is amazing, because no one, if you are going to see Croatia, Bosnia, all of them, no one has diaspora just like yours. And you're so small country, you are just one city in Europe. But you grow so fast. I'm coming here from 2015. So I saw Kosovo is growing. Now it stopped. You can see by stupid things. just like the roads. If you have the roads of 2 kilometers and they cannot finish that, why? Not because they don't have the fund, they don't have the budget, because of bureaucratic system.
Exactly.
That is crazy. So usually in all of the world, the government is working for development of country. And for privates, they are the people who are bringing the money and making economy. This project I presented last year in my parliament in Rome, with Professor Stelin, and our Premier Mario Draghi, we contacted him, and he said, okay, any kind of support. After 2 minutes, the General Secretary for Foreign Affairs of Italy, he called our ambassador and others. So we got support, but Kosovo government is not open for cooperate on this project. And I got so incredible answer by your vice minister, we will never cooperate with private clinics. So could you invest in pediatric cardiac surgery? No. Do you have the human resource who is interesting? No. So you prefer to send the kids to Belgrade, Turkey, or Italy, and not higher prices. Yeah,
we have to mention that
your fund is going. It's your money. Exactly. You and me, we are paying 10% of taxes to this budget, and our money is going outside. Why you should pay? When we operated the kids here, it was paid by Ministry of Health by fund. I put it 13,000 euro. I saw the pro invoice from Turkey, 28. So they are going to take double, more than double. What is inside? Technique, surgical technique is the same. Consumable material is the same. So why is double? But I try to speak a lot of time with fund of ministry. You have to put it the price list and to tell, we are paying for this ASD, atrium septal defect. We are going to pay 10,000 euro, not more. Then patient can go in Switzerland, Turkey, Belgrade, wherever he wants. But you are going to give that what is the price. That is how it's working in Italy. When government is going to buy the services from our group, San Donato, they are going to tell, okay, I will take you 1,000 of knee implants, arthroplasty this year. 1,000, but the price is this one. Take or leave.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Here not. Here is just like a fish market. And that is not this year. It's last 7 years. So that what is my question. It's so easy because you are small government. You don't have, just like in Italy, we are 20 republics. Any republic has his government, and you have central government and ministries and senate and parliament. Here is very easy. So why you are not going to manage your fund? And then will not be the problem. The problem what they are talking about is not a big problem. That what the money is going into Turkey and around. You don't have control of money. It's not. They are not for any kind of fault. It's only of this government, not this government, all of the governments, but of Kosovo, not of Turkey or others who taken the money. If I will put it here 100,000 euro and tell you if you want to take it, you will not take 5,000. You will take all of that. Exactly. So there is the problem. There is no control. There is no management, and the people who are inside, they are just looking the law. So our problem is not an investment, is not a team, is not available by Italian doctors. It's only some kind of people in Ministry of Health who interpret the law how they want. The law is very clear. You have two kinds of licensing. One is temporary. If the doctors are coming not more than 6 months by year. So if I'm going to take that, what I'm doing another 6 months, I have to close the hospital. Where is the benefit for kids? So I have to take the kids and bring in Italy because I require temporary license. Another one point of the same administrative instruction, that is for stay all of the time. And that is usually how you call nostrification of diploma and licensing. No, they said, no, we interpret the law in this way. For first, you have to ask the temporary license. It's like if you are going to ask the passport and you are going to tell you, no, for first, take the drive license. So it's very crazy. So I'm not going to tell that in newspaper and television in Italy, because they will stop the project, they will cancel Kosovo from any kind of project. But now we are going to, and thanks to Office of Premier Curti, they are going to treat that and to understand. So usually in Italy, if there is some kind of benefit for investors, they are going to change the law because that is good for country and for kids at all. So we will see. I have to stay here and follow and fight.
I have another what was it? Picante domanda, was it?
Domanda picante.
Domanda picante. I have another spicy question. Do you think they understood your project very well at this point that
No.
Yeah.
You know why? I'm coming here. I remember the first city when where I went, it was Skenderai.
Okay.
And it was, okay, you want to do something in this country, we are here for help you. I had a lot of problem in Star too, so it's normal. We are coming from one modern country and you are newborn country, so it's normal. You need a time for manage the law and everything, what is in line of that, what is interest of country. But never had the people just like now. I'm talking only about Ministry of Health. I'm not talking about Ministry of Education and others, because they said this is the project for our kids. And they are very happy. If I'm going for example, for permit of stay, the girls there, oh, Angelica, come here, yes, we will do. Listen to me, my daughter, she has this problem. For a lot of people, I'm going to do the gratis teleconsulting. I'm taking my doctors, I have 46 of them. Yeah, not only cardiac surgery, I have the orthopedics, sexual medicine, what is a big problem here too. And if you're going...
And we don't talk about it.
No, we have to talk. We have a lot of kids with the problem, and that is social and family problem, not only about pleasure. So I'm going to take my doctors and we are going to give the therapy, make analysis, everything gratis for the people. So we are the private company, of course, but we are going to help the people too, because if you have 300 euro salary, how can you pay the visit of my doctor of 320 euro in Italy? And you have to take visa, you need a travel, you need a hotel, you need 1,000 euro, only for going for one control, nothing else. So we are trying to help the people, so when that is possible. I hope so. We will complete this project this year. If not, I really cancel Kosovë from the geographic map and leave and going to Venice and not thinking more about this project. But I promise to Dr. Bazi, this project is very important. We saw a lot of kids who are constrained to going outside. And when you have someone who is on operating table, is crying in Venice, all over the world, all of the planet is coming for enjoy. They're spending a lot of money for coming one time in the life in Venice, and you are there in surgery room to crying because you have tumor or something. So for that reason, it's better for families. We will come here. So you have Italian doctors, but you are in your country, you need your family, your friends, and you can go
You'll have
home.
travel expenses. You don't have travel expenses, accommodation, and other stuff.
Yeah, that is terrible, because if you are going to see your salaries, I don't know how can you live here with these salaries, because your standard is expensive just like in Italy. I saw the restaurants, I saw the parking and other things, so I don't know how the people can live with these salaries. Healthcare, of course, is expensive. So the government, I think it should be the priority of this government. Okay, reciprocity with Serbia, okay, Open Balkan, other things. That is collateral option and optional things. But for first, you need organization in your country. Education, work, salaries, and healthcare.
Good. We are going to be having other conversations like this one. We have limited time for today, but we are going to meet every Thursday in the next Thursdays. So last thing that I wanted to talk, it's about your awards. You have lots of awards. Tell me a little bit shortly about your awards, and then...
Yeah, usually when you start in the project, because I never work for salary. So I always get from Johnson. My agency was a partner of Johnson Medical in Italy. So I had a contract on percentage. So you have to make a business, forget your percentage, and make the salary for other people. So usually when you complete one project and you get your target, after that they are going to give you some kind of decoration. So anyone is different. This one in crystal, that was because they given to me to introduce oncologic implant of femur in Italy. So I introduced that. It was the first one in last 10 years, what we done. So they given to me as best agent. Another one is from Hungary, that is from military hospital. So we work on some kind of cooperation there. So they were being there, the General Major Istvan Sabo. So it's very important for me. I'm very proud about that. Another one that is my decoration of Cavaliere Templare, what is my title, and I'm ambassador for Balkan for Sovrano Ordine dei Cavalieri. This one, the yellow one, that decoration is last one what I taken in Barcelona. And this is one of the most important because it's recognized by Ministry of Internal Affairs and Justice of Spain. So the prince given to me that, and it was emotional. So I have others, but This one I think is most important
Most of them
because
we're
I
going
worked.
to see, we are seeing also
I worked a lot for that.
Yeah, I thank you for your time here, and we will meet each other again in the next Thursdays, and I hope this project will go on, because I know the importance of it, and I so hope that the Ministry of Health will see the importance of it.
Thank you for support and for trust, and yeah, next week will come the doctors, the local doctors, and for 2 weeks will be Italian doctors here. We will make one event. It will be only 2 hours, not only for medical staff, but it will be for all of the people. Will be Professor Stellini as pediatric cardiac surgeon, Professor Frigiolla, who is for pediatric and adult cardiac surgery. He's working still yet in 27 countries of the world. Then will be other 2 professors for pancreas oncology, because you don't have this service here, and for neurosurgery. So that is important. Something I'm trying to give the information about that, what you miss in your healthcare. So you will see them, probably not me. We can sit together for going to make aperitif or something like that in Venice. But here you will meet my doctors, and I hope so they will explain better than me the value of this project.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to meet you and to chat with you, and we will see you next Thursday.
Thanks to you.